I read episode 1, and my character isn't even in episode 1, and I said, I have to be in this show. I have to do this show. These are some of the best scripts that I've ever read, and most actors, when you're as old as me, you have a nose for these things. I've been around the block, and whether I'm right or wrong, I always make a decision on what to do, and whether or not I think it's a brilliant piece of work. And I felt instinctively that this was a brilliant piece of work. And then I got to my character, and then I thought, this is one of the best characters that's ever been, if not the best character that's ever been offered to me. And it's just unturndownable. His name is Nelson Clay. He is a criminal master. He is almost untouchable because he has the judiciary in his pocket. He is also an autodidact. He's self-taught, so he believes himself to be very very cultured. He lives in the most stunning, beautiful house. He has land, paddock, beautiful wife, all this, and he has this gang. And he is very, very careful. He's involved in drugs, prostitution, corruption, blackmail. He has his moments. I don't judge him. I play him. I don't think he's either a nice guy or an evil guy. I mean, he does what he has to do. He reads Darwin, and he's a great believer in the survival of the fittest. And I understand the man, and I understand how he operates in a corrupt world, especially post-recession. And he is unforgiving in terms of what he sees as the ruling class. And if I may swear, one of the lines, and I quote, is, when you come from where I come from, or I'm supposed to have a shit life. Now he's not having it. Now he's chosen crime, which means he may not have a happy end. Live by the sword, die by the sword, and all that. But that's the life he's chosen. And he's proven to be extremely successful. In fact, the most extremely successful gangster in the country. He's very, very chilling because he never uses overt threat in order to get his way, even though he could. He is surrounded by armed and very, very dangerous men. And he is where he is psychopathic. His psychopathic nature comes from the fact that he has no empathy, or seemingly. And that's one of the definitions of a psychopath. They have no empathy, and so he is seemingly a psychopath. Even the most twisted criminals, in their own minds, have a sort of moral code, and or not a moral compass, but certainly a moral code. And he has that, and he becomes fascinated by this character Jean, and he, in his way, believes that. I think it's a political comment of our times as well. I think post-recession, we've just gone through one of the worst recessions we've had in one of in the longest time. Nelson Clay finds this absolutely unacceptable, and you know what? Even though he may be considered a psychopath in other people's terms, he's absolutely right. And where his psychopathy comes from is the fact that he manipulates Jean. He forces this man to do things that he does not want to do. And they are to clean up murder scenes that have been committed at the behest of Nelson Clay. Nelson Clay would never perform those acts. Although you will see a couple of acts of violence from Nelson Clay. That he's like a cobra. He just that's how he operates. He just and then suddenly you'll get a bang, and it will kill you. And he's uncompromising. So it's a very, very complex character, and they're all complex characters. It's pure instinct every time. Now, I may be wrong, but I make decisions. An actor's first imperative for the longest time, unless you're very lucky when you're very young, is employment. It's as simple as that. That's your imperative. And then after that, it's choice. Now, I'm in a place where I have choices. And I like to think I have good taste. And I like to think I only choose things. Well, I do. I only choose things that I think are absolutely brilliant. Now, I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong. But that's my instinct. And I think, actors just have an instinct for these things. You just know when you pick up a script. I mean, like I say, I wanted to be in this before my character showed up. So it's as simple as that. It's instinct. I thought this is a work of brilliance. It's one. I was going to say it's one of the most difficult shows I've ever had to discuss because to be reductive about it, about any of the characters or plot lines or anything like that, I find it extremely difficult because it's so complex, it's so vigorous and so alive. It's brilliant.